Fairfield, Iowa, which is not quite 2 hours from the Quad Cities.
About an hour and a half.
Lovely, lovely drive. And we are, what county is this?
This is Jefferson County.
Jefferson County. We are in one of the highest elevations in the whole county. And we knew that because when we opened the door, it was like being on the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah, it gets
The
very,
winds.
very cold up here.
It does, but it's breathtaking in every way. The visuals of this place. We're at Fishback and Stephenson, right? The visuals, like the space that you're at here, first and foremost, before we get into the ciders, what a gorgeous plot of land this is.
Yes, this is 33 acres of pasture farmland that we bought. This building was built with dovetail joining. There's very little screws or anything like that involved.
My first question was, because it seems like it's an old barn, but this is all new construction.
Yeah, brand new.
Right.
All the wood was milled in the parking lot and just built it up from here.
You're going to notice a theme in this interview with Skylar, because a lot of what you do, it's really important, it seems, for it to be as close to here as possible.
Yeah, very local.
Yeah, like hyper local. That's done intentionally.
Yeah.
Which one is Fishback and which one is Stephenson? What does that mean?
So those are the two initial owners,
Okay.
Cole Fishback and Clint Stephenson. They started making cider back in 2013. That's how they got started.
I love how you say back in 2013 like it's the olden times.
It's 10 years ago.
Way back in 2013. But yeah, you're almost 10 years.
That's a decade, yeah.
Right on. So those guys started with what?
They just started pressing cider at their house and kind of just built from there. 2015, we bought an old barbershop where I used to get my hair cut when I was a kid. We renovated it and turned it into our first restaurant, where we won Best Burger in Iowa 2015 after being open for only 6 months.
Okay, so wait. You're open 6 months. I know that Best Burger in Iowa is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to explain hamburgers to an Iowan than cider, I'm guessing.
They go hand in hand.
They do, which
We're
going to find out more about that for sure. So you're at the barbershop, you're not meeting, you know you can't make enough cider because people are going crazy for it, and then you get to this place.
5 years of having that restaurant, we began building the cidery in the back here. And then shortly after that, once production started getting a little heavier, we started to redirect, and we built the event center here.
And the sunsets are said to be just everything here.
Yes, they're very beautiful. Just because of the elevation, you get beautiful, beautiful views. And I think Iowa has some of the best sunsets ever in the world.
Is it possible the cider tastes a little bit better because of the elevation? Like, is something going on in my head right now, Skylar? Because
I don't know.
So far, everything I've had has been just next level incredible.
Thank you.
How many different ciders are you making right now?
In production, we have 8.
And then there are seasonals too, just like in the world of craft beer, right?
Yeah, we have rotators.
This is a flight of some of the ciders that you make here. Everything is really, I mean, it's all very super clean. Like you can see through all of these. That's not always the case with ciders, right?
No, it's not. So when we make the cider, we crush the apples, we ferment and package all on site. When we filter it, we don't add any extra sugars. It's all gluten-free and vegan. Everything
is so like crystal clear. Like we could put a glass of this cider in front of the camera. You wouldn't know. It's so crystal clear.
We ferment, or we filter it down to 0.8 micron, keep it very, very clean. It pulls out a lot of those solids.
I was gonna say it tastes like 0.8 micron.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was right on that.
7.5.
Okay, 7.5, 8. All right, let's enough of looking at these. Let me take a sip. This one here.
This is our Iowa Strangler. This is made
Iowa Strangler. That's charming. Who came up with that name?
Well, it's a play on, it's a ronia berry, also known as the choke berry.
Okay.
Because it's very dry and tart and it'll take your breath away.
The ronia berry. I'm going to confess I've never heard of it.
It looks like a blueberry.
Okay.
You can find them all over Iowa.
No kidding.
Yep.
So it's like a wild berry? Mm-hmm. Now, I read that when they first started here, they were using wild apples. Is that true? It's on your website, so I'm guessing it's true.
We have another small plot of land out in the orchard, and yes, we used to go around and look for apples.
I didn't even know wild apples was a thing. Apples just occur in the wild? I didn't know. And don't act like you knew wild apples were a thing. That's a thing? Wild apples? Like you can go in the middle of nowhere and there's just an apple tree.
Some places, yes.
I had no idea. So this is a cider that promises to choke the life right out of me. Let's just see. it takes your breath away in a good way.
Yeah. It reminds me of
At
a
no
red
point
wine.
during that first sip did I feel like I was in any sort of mortal danger.
The second one will get you.
I'm kidding. I'm fine. This is really wonderful. So aronia berries are native to Iowa,
You can find them all over the place.
but they taste better in Iowa.
I like to think that, yeah.
Yeah. And then finally,
This is known as two names.
okay,
This is our cherry rhubarb cider. We call it Cherry Poppins.
Cherry Poppins, but it's also called.
It's known as Cherry Kush.
I mean, I think I know what you're going for with Cherry Kush.
Yes. So the reason why there's two names with it is because the Cherry Kush is called that because it's featured in a movie.
And I'm guessing it's not a Disney movie.
Unfortunately.
There's Cherry Poppins, and then there's Cherry Kush. It's the same cider.
Same cider.
But Cherry Kush can be seen in the new Kevin Smith movie.
Yes, Clerks 3.
Clerks 3. So Kevin Smith has had this cider.
Yeah,
He's like a partner with you guys on this cider.
yeah,
Do they drink this in the movie?
they do.
Get out! How does that happen? How does Kevin Smith find out about a cidery in Fairfield, Iowa?
Well, a couple years back in Des Moines, he had a movies pop-up. It was like a restaurant, a movie restaurant that he does.
Okay.
And he had a pop-up in downtown Des Moines, and we got linked up with him through that.
Right on.
And it sold really well, and he wanted to make a deal and get this featured in that film.
So this is in Clerks 3.
Yeah.
And this is something that you can purchase in store shelves.
Yep, you can get both the Cherry
Not like-
Poppins or Cherry Kush.
And you can get this at grocery stores, not at like,
Yeah.
dispensaries.
One of those places.
Right. There's no like THC in this.
No, just cider.
Well, the ciders, Skylar, I mean, you don't need me to tell you this. You've won awards. Ciders are just excellent. I can't get over the compound that you have here. This view, this building, the pasture. I mean, when you think of what this was 10 years ago and what it is now, it is absolutely worth the trip here to Fairfield. It's wonderful. Fishback and Stephenson cider in Fairfield. Thanks so much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hang on a second. I'm gonna get this guy.
Yeah, he's coming at me too.
He's going right in our faces. All right, he's gone. We're good. Continue. Let's go back to you said you're in Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, and pick up where you said, come on, Mr. Miyagi, I can get this son of a gun. Where's he at? Get him at me. Get him.
We're almost
Yo! I need a pair of chopsticks. I can do this.